All right, welcome back to another explainer. We're jumping right in today because we need to talk about something, well, genuinely spooky. Picture this. You're hanging out with a friend and you're just talking out loud about a very specific brand of shoes you want. You haven't Googled it, you haven't searched Amazon, but 20 minutes later, boom, an ad for those exact shoes pops up in your feed. I mean, it literally feels like espionage, right? So what is actually going on? Today, we're uncovering the real security mechanics behind smartphone surveillance, and we're going to navigate the exact hidden settings you need to toggle right now to stop it in its tracks. Okay, let's dive into this because let's be real, this is the logical first conclusion everyone jumps to. If my phone shows me an ad for something I just spoke about out loud, the microphone absolutely must be eavesdropping on my real-world conversations, right? Like, is there a tiny spy sitting inside your device just constantly streaming your raw audio to some massive server farm? It's a really compelling theory and honestly a pretty terrifying one. So let's look under the hood at the actual mechanics of what happens in the background of your operating system to see if that holds up. To start off, we have to address the elephant in the room. You might have seen some headlines recently about a company called Cox Media Group and their infamous active listening pitch deck. They basically claimed they could target ads based on ambient conversations. Well, a recent investigation into those claims actually resulted in a settlement with the FTC for deceptive marketing. The reality here? Standard apps on your phone are not constantly recording raw microphone audio in the background. The technical infrastructure you would need to constantly record, upload, and process raw audio from billions of smartphones 24/7, it would be astronomically expensive and it would be incredibly obvious on your monthly data bill. And this brilliantly illustrates why that eavesdropping myth just totally falls apart technically. Modern operating systems are physically designed to tattle on apps that try to do this. Both iOS and Android now enforce hardware-backed indicators. You know that little orange dot on an iPhone or the green microphone icon on an Android? Whenever your mic or camera is active, those indicators light up. They're wired at the system level, which means an app simply cannot bypass them. If Facebook or Instagram were passively listening to your conversations all day, that dot would literally be permanently glued to the top of your screen. So we can conclusively debunk that raw audio recording myth. But that brings up a good question. If your phone isn't listening to you, how does it feel so clairvoyant? Well, it turns out it's doing something much more invasive. It is called cross-device IP pairing and location triangulation. Ad networks don't actually need to listen to you because their algorithms already know what you're going to say before you even say it. They do this by mapping out your entire digital ecosystem. When devices share a Wi-Fi network, ad networks pair those IP addresses together to create what's known as a behavioral lookalike profile. Let's trace the actual data journey here to see how this builds in the real world. So, step 1. Your roommate or your partner is browsing the web on their laptop and searches for those specific shoes you two were just talking about. Step 2. Because their laptop and your phone are connected to the exact same home router, the ad networks tag both of those devices as existing under a shared IP address. Step 3. The algorithm naturally assumes that people living together share interests, demographics, and buying habits, so it serves the ad to your phone too. You see the ad, you remember talking about the shoes, and you instantly assume the phone was listening. But in reality, it was just tracking the digital breadcrumbs of the people physically closest to you. And these lookalike profiles only exist because massive data brokers are constantly collecting and selling your location, your app usage, and your online history. And it gets physical too. When you visit a retail store, hidden Bluetooth beacons actually track your physical footsteps down the aisles, logging exactly which products you stand in front of. Crazy, right? Now, you can fight back against this on a macro level. Services like Incogni exist specifically to automatically send legally binding opt-out requests to hundreds of these data brokers, forcing them to wipe your personal profile, your address, and your online history from their servers. It's a highly effective way to just wipe your digital footprint. But we also need to lock down the actual hardware in your hands. Section 1. Locking down your iPhone. Okay, I'm going to share an incredible hidden sensors off secret for Android users in just a minute. But first, let's slow the pace down a bit and walk through a step-by-step tutorial for locking down an iPhone. You want to follow closely here because Apple's default settings are way more permissive than their marketing suggests. First, we need to stop your iPhone from keeping a literal diary of your life. Open up your Settings app, tap on Privacy and Security, and select Location Services. Scroll all the way to the very bottom of this list to find a really sneaky menu called System Services. Inside there, tap on Significant Locations. This feature keeps a deeply encrypted log of every single workplace, coffee shop, and daily routine you visit. It literally learns your life patterns. You absolutely want to toggle this completely off, and be sure to tap Clear History to wipe the existing logs. Next, let's look at your app permissions. Head back out to the main Location Services menu. You really need to audit the apps here. For any app that isn't a direct navigation tool, think your shopping apps, social media, weather widgets, you want to tap into it and toggle precise location to off. By disabling this, you restrict these apps to a generalized multi-mile radius. I mean, they don't need to know the exact physical building or retail aisle you are standing in just to load your news feed, right? So the absolutely crucial point here is how we stop these apps from talking to each other. Go back to Settings, then Privacy and Security, and tap on Tracking. You're going to see a master switch there called Allow Ops to Request to Track. Turn this completely off. This is a massive privacy win. It elegantly breaks third-party data sharing by globally revoking access to your device's IDFA. That's your identifier for advertisers. Without that unique string of text, data brokers have a much harder time matching your Facebook activity with your Amazon shopping cart. Finally, for iOS, under Privacy and Security, tap on Local Network. This is a list of apps that have permission to scan your home Wi-Fi network. Just turn off access for any app that doesn't strictly need to cast video to a smart TV or connect to a smart home device. Doing this blocks social media and ad-supported apps from silently scanning your living room to see what other connected devices, laptops, or smart gadgets you own. This is exactly the hidden mechanism they use to build those cross-device behavioral profiles we talked about earlier. Cutting this off completely severs that link. Section 2. Hardening your Android. Now let's shift focus to Android. Android gives users an incredible amount of control, but they kind of hide the most powerful tools deep in the system architecture. We're going to go through the standard privacy hardening first, and then I'll show you that ultimate kernel-level privacy secret that completely changes the game. First up, we have to stop the background triangulation. Go to Settings, then Location, and tap on Location Services. You'll see toggles for Wi-Fi scanning and Bluetooth scanning. Turn them both off. Because here's why this matters. Even if you manually pull down your menu and turn off Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, Android will continuously power them on in the background to silently map nearby routers and retail store beacons. Turning these scanning settings off ensures that when you say Bluetooth is off, it actually stays off. In that exact same Location Services menu, find the toggle for Google Location Accuracy and turn that off too. By default, your phone constantly pings Google's servers with the environmental data of the cell towers and Wi-Fi networks around you just to guess your location. By disabling this, you force the phone to rely strictly on hardware-level GPS signals from actual satellites. It might take a second longer to find you on a map, for sure, but it completely cuts off that continuous telemetry stream to Google. Next, we need to disrupt the behavioral profiling on Android. Go to Settings, navigate to Security and Privacy, tap Privacy, and then Ads. You're looking for an option that says Delete Advertising ID. Tap it. Much like that tracking toggle we saw on iOS, this takes the unique tracking string associated with your device and permanently replaces it with a string of zeros. Any ad network trying to build a behavioral profile on you across different apps, they just hit a complete dead end. Now, what's really interesting about this is something most people don't even know exists. This is the ultimate Android privacy secret, the kernel-level sensors off tile. It is a hidden developer tool built directly into the operating system that gives you a hardware-level kill switch for your device's sensors. Let's unlock it right now. To reveal this hidden tool, we need to enable developer mode. Go to Settings, scroll all the way down, and tap on About Phone. Look for the text that says Build Number. You literally need to physically tap on that build number 7 times in a row. You'll see a little toast message pop up on the screen counting down, and then it'll congratulate you for becoming a developer. Don't worry, you haven't voided your warranty or hacked your phone or anything. You've just unlocked an advanced menu. Now that developer mode is active, go back to your main settings menu, tap on System, and you'll see a brand new menu called Developer Options. Open it up, find Quick Settings Developer Tiles, and turn on the toggle for Sensors Off. This is the absolute game changer. Now, whenever you swipe down your notification panel at the top of your phone, you're going to see a brand new shield icon. Tapping this instantly hardware blocks the camera, the microphone, and all the physical sensors on the phone at the kernel level. No app, no matter what permissions it has, can access your mic or camera while that shield is active. It is absolute privacy peace of mind. Section 3. Taking back your privacy. We've covered a lot of ground today, but the takeaway here is incredibly empowering. By taking just 5 minutes to audit these specific settings on your phone, you effectively sever the background telemetry vectors that feed modern data brokers. You stop the IP pairing, you stop the location logging, and you literally blind the cross-app tracking. Here is a clear checklist of everything we just covered. Whether you're on iOS or Android, take a screenshot of this. Verify that you have turned off significant and precise location. Make sure you've revoked that IDFA or deleted your ad ID. Disable that sneaky background Wi-Fi and Bluetooth scanning. Activate your sensors off tile if you're on Android, and strongly consider using a service to wipe your historical data footprints. At the end of the day, it is your device, and you should dictate exactly what data leaves it. Which leaves us with one final thought to chew on. We've proven that your phone isn't secretly recording your audio. It's just incredibly, almost frighteningly good at connecting the dots of your digital ecosystem to predict your behavior. But if these algorithms are so advanced that they know exactly what shoes you want before you even type a search query, what else are they predicting about your life, your habits, and your future choices based on the data you leave behind every single day? Stay curious, stay focused, and I'll see you in the next explainer.